Hello and welcome to today's webinar on how to avoid port forwarding with 3DI Pure Cloud plug-and-play solution. I'm joined today by my colleague Alex for a quick half-hour webinar, after which a recording will be available on our YouTube channel. Today we will discuss the common networking challenges faced by security integrators and IT companies in their attempt to expand to cloud surveillance services. This webinar will also include a live demonstration of the 3DI plug-and-play solution, followed by a general overview of the 3DI Cloud VMS. If you have any questions, you can put them in the Q&A feature of this Zoom webinar after the demonstration. Now, let's dive into the four main challenges experienced by security integrators when attempting to expand into cloud services. If you are considering expanding your commercial toolkit or have done so already, here are the four most common challenges our clients have previously experienced before partnering with 3DI. The first is selling cloud services. In order to create a complete and attractive cloud surveillance offering, it's a good idea to create an elegant cloud-enabled industry-grade solution by bundling any camera with a monthly billing plan, essentially taking your preferred camera manufacturer product line and turning it into a set of cloud-enabled cameras, leveraging the free 3DI plug-and-play solution. No other cloud VMS provider is offering this in the industry. Secondly, it's a common challenge to seamlessly connect to the cloud. Complicated networking, including dealing with dynamic IP addressing and manual camera stream setup, creates friction in an attempt to simply get video security hardware connected to the cloud. 3DI plug-and-play solves this. Thirdly, the challenge of scaling your cloud offering affordably. Without an easy way to cloud-enable cameras and NVRs, cloud deployment becomes expensive, requiring additional hardware to purchase and install, thus hindering your scalability. With 3DI, you can use existing cameras and infrastructure to scale your video security. And lastly, on top of other networking challenges, port forwarding opens the possibility for hackers to penetrate your network. But thankfully, with 3DI plug-and-play, a fully encrypted tunnel is created between your camera and the cloud. No port forwarding is required. Now, I'll hand off the screen share to my colleague Alex to do a live demonstration of the plug-and-play technology.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone can see my screen and the transition went smoothly.
Yes.
So I will try to quickly demonstrate how easy it is actually to use a 3DI platform, how flexible it is, and what options you actually get when you choose 3DI. So as Igor mentioned, one of the challenges is when you're setting up a cloud is it's quite complex to connect a camera. Often port forwarding is needed, or additional equipment is needed, or it's just a mess of a setup. You need to go through multiple steps. In 3DI, we kind of understood that this is a problem. So we created our plug-and-play module. And when you choose to use plug-and-play, all you need to know about your camera is registration code, and you need to know camera credentials, obviously, because without password to the camera, you won't be able to connect to it. So what is registration code? How to get it? It's very similar to some of the manufacturer registration codes. And in fact, in most cases, we even use the same digits that manufacturers are using, but camera needs to be equipped with 3DI plug-and-play module. So this is a completely different technology developed by us, and it is secure. As Igor mentioned, everything is fully encrypted. So how you will ask how to add this push module, and it's quite easy. We have a push installer application. You just install this application on a Windows machine, and it will actually automatically discover cameras for you. So you don't even need to know camera IP address. You literally plug your cameras in the network, let them boot up, and they will show up in the list. Even if the camera for some reason was not discovered, there was some settings on the cameras that prevented it from being discovered, for example, you can add camera manually using its local IP address. So next step is actually adding push module into the camera. To do this, you need to either choose one of the cameras from the list, or you can actually select bulk action and do multiple cameras at a time. So for this demonstration, I'll just use one camera. And then you need to provide a camera username and password. So obviously, to keep everything secure, you need to use custom username and password. Once you enter it, all the setup required from you is complete. The rest the app will take care for you. So if you're doing multiple cameras, you will change credentials for selected cameras and you will upgrade selected cameras. I'm doing just one, so I'll just click upgrade for a single camera. And software will check the camera, will download appropriate firmware, and it will immediately show you the registration code that is required in admin portal to actually add this camera into our system. So I will go ahead and copy it in the preparation to actually add this camera. And while the process is going on, this application will actually show you what's happening. So yes, it takes a couple minutes because it is a firmware upgrade. But once it's done, you don't need to do anything else with the camera unless you want to configure like privacy masks, OSD, and things like this. Next, you need to come up with a camera name. So for this demonstration, I'll just use a demo. And again, camera credentials need to be used. So using default is possible, but not recommended. Anyway, we're already using an encrypted tunnel, so it's probably a good idea to go ahead and fully protect your camera. Where 3DI differs from other cloud providers is we actually give you options, we give you flexibility, and we serve to your needs. So if you need, if you prefer to do everything manually, you can choose our pay-as-you-go option, either with server-side analytics or without server-side analytics. And don't pay attention to the prices. Prices are just for demo purposes. They're not our actual prices for any of the plans. But basically what this pay-as-you-go plans mean, as you can see, they only list costs. They don't have a resolution. They don't have a frame rate like some other plans. So this means you can set up camera manually. You get to choose what resolution the camera will be streaming at. You can change it on the fly. So you can have camera running in the morning at 1080p, at night at 4K, or anything you wish. And then at the end of the month, the system will calculate what is the total traffic, what is the total storage, and you will be charged based on actual camera consumption. So everything is completely at your hands. You can control everything. Sometimes this is too much freedom or too complex, and a lot of our customers actually prefer using our fixed plans. Plans are fixed because they have all the settings, everything already predefined, and you don't need to worry about anything. So in this case, you don't need to set up camera in any way. You just choose a plan, and system will take care of the rest. System will configure resolution, frame rate, and will set up how long the cloud recording will be. We can create pretty much any plan, anything that your camera can support, can be supported by the cloud. So the only limitation is camera has to be IP, it has to have H.264 stream, and it needs to be OnVIF compliant camera. So at least quality settings of the camera should be configurable using OnVIF commands. Luckily, almost all cameras currently on the market are OnVIF compliant, at least to this minimum extent. So pretty much any camera from any manufacturer is possible. Yes, not all of them will be directly plug-and-play capable out of the box, but we also have solutions even for these situations. And if you want to learn more, you can contact our sales. We will be more than happy to explain those details. So if you do choose one of the plans where everything is fixed, everything will be configured for you. As an option, you can even choose plan with analytics. Then our system will remind you that, okay, it's a new camera. You do need to configure object detection rules, because again, flexibility and customization is available to you here. We do not apply a single set of settings to all cameras throughout your account. Every camera can be individually configured exactly to your liking. And probably while I was talking, yeah, the device was successfully updated and is ready to be connected with the cloud. Most likely the camera has completed the start, so I will just try to go ahead and finish adding the camera. While our system is connecting, I want to show one more thing. So as I showed before, in most cases, our application will discover the cameras for you. But if this automatic discovery does fail, you can use any software that you have used in the past to discover cameras in your local network. Most manufacturers will provide you with a special tool which can find cameras on the local network. So in this case, I'm using easy tools from the UniView, and it shows me what are the IP addresses of the camera. So that's what I will actually be using in our push firmware installer application when adding camera manually. So fairly simple, no advanced programming skills are needed. You don't need to be a network engineer specialist. This can be done pretty much by anyone. You just need to plug your camera into the network, and instead of, so it's not play, it's upgrade button, but click one button to get it ready. So camera has been connected. Our servers were able to locate it on the network. System sees that it is a UniView camera. It's IPC322 camera, and gets all the information about the camera. Because I selected fixed plan, our system is controlling the settings of the camera, and will, even if the camera does not support the settings, the system will set the camera to the nearest resolution and settings that camera can support. So providing you with minimum involvement, still everything is taken care on the server end, even if you select a plan that is not fully supported by the camera. What you do want to set up is actual detection rules. So what module you want to use on the camera. In this case, camera does support motion, line crossing, and intrusion over ONVIF, so I can configure any of these modules. Actual image from the camera will be shown here in a couple minutes, because this camera is brand new to our system. System needs some time to actually grab an image and display it here. But at this point, I can just add the rule. I can choose what will trigger the detection, what I want to look for, and what should be the minimum confidence of the system to send an alert. And just a matter of couple clicks, setup of the camera is pretty much complete. I don't need to do anything else. Unless I want to have some alerts, I want to have a push notification and so on and so forth. Those also needs to be configured separately. And again, you can do it on camera per camera basis. You can configure multiple cameras together, lots of flexibilities, lots of options. If you want to learn about those, again, we are constrained in time in this session, so please contact our sales. They will be more than happy to explain how things work. So now to actually view this camera, one last step is left. I need to create a role to specify who and what level of access will have to this camera. Then I need to add this camera to the role, and it's quite easy in our system, and specify what permissions users with this role will have. And now I'm ready to create a new user, or I can add this role to an existing user if I already have a user in the system. So just to demonstrate how easy it is to create users and roles. And my computer doesn't want to cooperate for some reason. Yeah, here we go. So demo user, you don't need to provide us too much information, pretty much anything that will help you identify the user. The only requirement is it needs to be a valid email address. And then I just need to find my role that I have created. And like this, my user is ready, and I will be able to log in into the video portal to actually see this camera. As you can see, this is not a 3DI, so one of benefits of 3DI that you get is also you can rebrand a video portal, admin portal, to showcase your company branding. This way you can actually complete your cloud bundle and sell sell your own brand using our engine. So you can rebrand cameras, rebrand cloud, and actually showcase your brand everywhere. Obviously, user needs to accept terms and condition on the first login, and the following logins, users won't be asked about it. And like this, camera is already live. And to actually demonstrate that it's live, the camera is behind me. As you can see, there is virtually no delay as I'm moving up and down. Zoom is probably providing more delays than our system to the live feed of the camera. And with this, I would like to turn back to Igor, and he will actually continue with the demonstration.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Alex, for that demonstration. I'd like to summarize the 6 reasons to adopt 3DI Cloud VMS quickly. Then we'll move on to a quick poll to gather some feedback, open the floor to Q&A, and then I'll finish it off with a general VMS overview demonstration. So the 6 reasons to adopt 3DI Cloud VMS. First and foremost, the scalability aspect. With 3DI, you can scale CapEx free with a turnkey, flexible VMS without additional hardware licensing or fixed streaming restrictions to add any number of sensors, devices, cameras at any time. Secondly, plug and play. That's what we looked at through this webinar session. You can now connect thousands of cameras from remote sites to unify the remote viewing and administration of them on a pure cloud vSaaS platform. Thirdly, security. 3DI enables you to provide a next generation of video security application to satisfy the cybersecurity needs of your security conscious clients, integration requirements, and hardware compatibility. Number 4, operational efficiency. With 3DI, you can generate recurring revenue from cloud video security services whilst having a lean operations. Number 5, simplicity. You don't have to be a programmer to make camera cloud enabled with 3DI push technology. And lastly, versatility. You can easily add IoT devices with the help of Zapier or If That Then This to automate workflow leveraging the 3DI webhooks available. And Alex, if any questions have come in, feel free to begin addressing them.
So we do have a question. It's actually quite a quite good question. If I'm running an AI on my video stream, how do you encrypt the data when the AI is inferring on it? Does it have to be encrypted? So with our plug-and-play technology, we encrypt a video stream, we encrypt all the data that camera is sending. So en route from camera to our servers, all the data is encrypted. Then decryption happens on the servers to process video and everything. And then when data notification, everything is being sent back to client, either over web UI or through push notifications in the mobile app. Everything is again encrypted in TLS tunnel and then decrypted on the client's end. I hope this answers the question. And another question that we have, can I create a cloud-enabled camera product of my own, something like Nest over CADA? Yes, that's where full cloud, that's where full 3DI package comes in handy, because as I showed, you can create a branding, you can change branding of the video portal. So when people will be accessing a video portal, instead of seeing 3DI, they will see your brand. You also can rebrand cameras, so you can even sell cameras under your own brand. So by having a push module already on the camera, you can sell a camera which will automatically connect to the cloud. It will connect to our cloud, but for your clients, it will look like it's your own cloud under your own brand. Everything will be matching. And one more question, is there a list of camera models that work with 3DI push technology? Answer is yes and no, because we are constantly working on adding more and more cameras. We simply cannot, it will doesn't make sense for us to give you a list, because this list will become invalid within a couple weeks, if not a couple days after we will give you, as we are adding more and more cameras. That's why we keep like a live help center page where you can check what camera manufacturers are actually supported on today's date, because again, every day new cameras are being added, and you can learn specific instructions on how the cameras can be added. And so download this push installer that I showed and everything. We support literally thousands and thousands of cameras from multiple different manufacturers. Most commonly used models are actually supported. So I hope this addresses the question.
Perfect. Yeah, if any other questions come in, Alex, feel free to interrupt. So to conclude the webinar, the 3DI web-based VMS is compatible on all operating systems and all browsers, flexible to be opened on any type of computer and by any type of user around the world. What we do best is unify multi-brand surveillance across multiple sites to centralize your viewing and administration. So here we have a list of cameras where this user has been our authorized access to nearly 17 cameras. They're by various brands. Some are connected via OnWIF, some are connected via the plug and play that Alex described, and some are behind a Raspberry Pi gateway. If there's any PTZ cameras, the PTZ control is available through the VMS and the apps. I got this one. So this one has the PTZ controls where I can move the camera around. If I had a camera that has a microphone and a speaker for free and no additional cost, I have the capability to similarly manage the talk down control and the audio. Audio is also recorded. If any cameras go offline, 3DI includes real-time health status monitoring, so you're notified if any hardware goes offline. We allow you to categorize and save layouts. You can have subfolders of camera layouts, such as this. You can have unlimited camera layout designs like this. So very flexible. To save and choose a default. This is valuable when you're working with multi-site surveillance. For example, like my map, I could perhaps isolate layouts per a city or a region or a building for that matter. The map lets you associate an address or GPS coordinates with each camera. So now I can go into the map feature and see all the cameras that I have around the world. And I can also isolate. Perhaps I'm interested to see these 3 cameras. I can quickly draw a perimeter and just pull up these 3 cameras right away. Next up, the Events tab. So we pull all your camera side analytics into 3DI, but if you're looking for advanced event filtering to maybe reduce the false alarms and speed up your investigation, then you can take advantage of our cloud analytics add-ons to filter for objects and colors if you wish. You can also do area search, so search for events within a certain region. You can see a heat map. for all the activity. People counting is included. And we also offer facial recognition on top of any IP camera to be deployed on a monthly subscription. A library tab in 3DI, you can save clips for free wherever, as long as the camera remains on the platform. The clips will be available to you. If I scroll down, I have clips here from over a year ago, like so, that I can play back with one click. See where this camera is on the map, take a screenshot, fast forward, listen to the audio. If a user has the permissions, they can also share. This one has ability to share camera clips with or without a password. And this functionality is also available within the mobile app. Our platform also includes an auto scan where you can more efficiently monitor your locations versus having a large screen with tiny little tiles. Auto scan lets you cycle between layouts and camera grids. A thumbnail grid is a visual way to search through the archive, video archive like this, and keep narrowing down the interval until you find the event that you're looking for, like this. We also include heat maps. You can customize the interval and see the activity within that time period, within that range. And those are just a few of the goodies available in the 3DI Cloud VMS. If you're interested in learning more, I highly encourage you to sign up for a trial on our website, 3di.me, to learn more. You can also book a one-on-one sales call to get personalized attention. And with that, that concludes the webinar. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for all the questions that were posted. And we hope to see you at the upcoming webinar next month. Thank you. Bye.